Why is nobody talking about the Nigerian Igbo giant who took the world by surprise, Power Mike? Born on August 1939 in Nneini, Anambra State, Michael Okpara, popularly known as Power Mike, was a very strong wrestler who, at the time of his birth, no one knew that he would grow to become one of the most celebrated wrestlers in Africa. A man whose strength, tenacity and skill brought pride to Nigeria and left the world surprised. Like many young men of his time, Power Mike left his village in 1952 for Onitsha, hoping to learn a business. But fate had a different plan for him. While in Onitsha, he stumbled upon the Tiger Boxing Club, where he was trained as a middleweight boxer under the legendary Dick Ihetu Tiger, a man who would become his role model. This was where he developed passion for combat sports. By 1961, Power Mike had already begun touring Nigeria, showcasing his strength and fighting skills in places like Onitsha, Enugu, Aba, Port Harcourt, Lagos, Jos, and Kaduna. The crowd loved him. His name spread like wildfire, and his reputation as a very strong, fierce fighter became higher. But this was just the starting point. In 1964, he took his talent to Ghana, defeating several opponents and earning the respect of wrestling fans across West Africa. 3 years later, in 1967, he expanded his conquest to Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal, before finally embarking on the big journey to Europe, where the competition was tougher, the stage bigger, and the income very massive. It was in Sweden that he signed his first major contract in 1967, proving himself against some of the world's best fighters. From there, he moved to Greece, becoming a professional wrestler, taking down every opponent who stepped into the ring with him. Power Mike's biggest moments came in 1970 when he returned to Africa and defeated the Gambia's greatest wrestler, Masambula, becoming African heavyweight wrestling champion. The whole continent celebrated him. He was a Nigerian Igbo hero, an African warrior, and a champion who made his people proud, especially the Igbos. His victories didn't stop there. In 1973, he took down the great Ali Baba of Lebanon and later humbled John Kwango in Lagos, making a massive statement as the greatest wrestler Africa had ever produced. By 1976, due to age, Power Mike knew it was time to leave the ring. But he wasn't walking away from wrestling entirely. Instead, he turned to promoting the sport internationally, helping other young African fighters find a place on the world stage. Even though he left the ring, the legend Power Mike never faded. His name echoed in songs like the hit track by Okonkwo Asa, which praised his strength, tenacity, and accomplishments. In 2004, at the age of 64, Power Mike passed on. But legends don't die. They live on in stories, in memories, and in the heart of those they inspired. Power Mike wasn't just a wrestler. He was a symbol of strength, tenacity, resilience, and Africa's pride. He showed the world that a small boy from Nneini could rise to global fame. All it took him was resilience, determination, and unbreakable spirit. He remains one of Nigeria's greatest sports icons, a true warrior who took onto the world and defeated. If you've heard of this great Power Mike, please tell me in the comment section.